Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sense of Humor podcast, where we talk anything pop culture or anything that interests us. We're your hosts, Tyler or Multimite, and Travis or Griffin Shock.
Hello.
It's been a little bit since me and you have actually gamed and everything, but how you been doing?
I've been doing really good. Started a new job and I'm actually really starting to like it. So,
Yeah, no, that's good. And you told me while we were trying to coordinate the other day, uh, previous session, um, that they're keeping you busy.
oh yeah. Yeah, I worked every single day this week from Monday all the way up until Saturday so far. I'm off tomorrow, but I'm gonna drive up to my parents' house and grab a toolbox. So I'll still be busy, but um, I get one day off. I found that out today. My day off is Tuesdays, and then I automatically will have Sunday off.
Oh, nice. So Tuesdays and Saturdays, or Sundays, I mean.
Yeah, Tuesdays and Sundays.
Well, that's kind of perfect for me this upcoming week, so maybe we should plan something that Tuesday if you're not busy.
I shouldn't be.
Awesome. And then yeah, I mean, I honestly the only thing new I could say would probably be I applied for an auto loan recently because I'm trying to get a new car, but I don't know. We'll have to see because I don't know if they'll cover everything.
What car are you think about getting?
Probably just the same thing I already have, and
Okay.
well, a newer year, I should say, but yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to getting a new one.
I just applied. This is gonna sound crazy. I'm 25 years old and I just applied for my first ever credit card.
Dude, honestly, I don't have a credit card either, so I don't blame you.
Like
Like,
I never trust myself to have one because like I'd be like, oh, I could buy this on Fortnite, or oh, I can do this, or oh, I can buy a new comic, or ooh, I could do something like that. And I feel like I would have been like irresponsible with it, but I'm trusting myself,
yeah,
so.
I mean, I applied for one like a year or two ago, but it never came like into the mail, and I was like, all right, well, maybe that's a sign that I'm not ready for one. So I didn't even bother asking my bank about it or anything.
Mm.
So, but yeah, I guess we'll just get into today's topic because I'm like brain farting right now because I mean, honestly, like I'm really looking forward to the topic because it's a little bit more what's the current event kind of.
Okay.
So, if you haven't heard or anyone out there in the audience hasn't heard, they just announced a lot of the cast for Avengers Doomsday.
Oh no, I did not know
Yeah,
that. No.
so I'll actually pull it up. I want to see if they have um them all listed right now. Let me make sure. Oh my gosh, I think they do. Yep, they do. Okay, perfect. All right. So, from what I was also told though, and rumors and everything, they haven't announced the full cast yet, but this is all the people they announced in a live stream like a few days ago. But first things first, obviously, the man himself, Robert Downey Jr., is Victor Von Doom, or Doctor Doom. Pedro Pascal, or Reed Richards, Mr.
Mm.
Fantastic. Chris Hemsworth, Thor. Vanessa Kirby, Sue Storm, or the Invisible Woman. Anthony Mackie, or Sam Wilson slash Captain America. Sebastian Stan, Bucky Barnes, or the Winter Soldier. Ebon Boss, I'm gonna butcher this. Bachrock, is Ben Grimm or the Thing.
Ooh.
Simu Liu is Shang-Chi. Florence Pugh, Yelena Belova. Lewis Pullman, Robert Reynolds, or Sentry, who's like the Superman of the Marvel Universe.
Oh, okay.
Uh, Winston Duke, or M'Baku. Tom Hiddleston, or Loki. And here's where it starts getting crazy. Patrick Stewart, Professor Charles Xavier,
What?
Rebecca Romajan, Mystique, James
What?
Marston, Scott Summers, or Cyclops.
Dude, you're pulling my leg right now.
Nope. Joseph Quinn, Johnny Storm, or the Human Torch.
What?
Channing Tatum as Gambit.
Okay,
Paul
I
Rudd
like that.
as Scott Lang, or Ant-Man.
Hmm.
Alan Cumming as Kurt Wagner, also known as Nightcrawler. David Harbour as the Red Guardian. Hannah John Kamen as Ghost. Wyatt
What?
Russell as John Walker. Ian McKellen as Magneto. Danny Ramirez as the Falcon.
This is nuts.
Kelsey Grammer as Beast. And then Latita Wright as Shuri. Tenok Herta as Namor. And I apologize if I butchered any of those names. I probably did. But yeah, that's the one that they've announced so far. There's been rumors, and I'm afraid they might be right, that Spider-Man won't show up in this one, unfortunately.
Oh
But it's
man, why
only
not?
because Spider-Man 4 will be taking place at the same time as Doomsday.
Uh, okay. But I mean, even if so, like if it's occurring the same time as Doomsday, wouldn't you assume that they would throw him in there because like it's happening while he's there, like he's a part of it?
What was that?
Wouldn't you think that like if Spider-Man's movie was happening during the event of Doomsday, wouldn't he like be in Doomsday because he's a part of that?
Well, that would mean like he's probably somewhere else, because I don't know if you know the premise of both Doomsday or Secret Wars, but basically Doom gets the ability to combine universes and
Yeah.
create something called Battle Worlds. And in Battle Worlds, he pins like different heroes and villains against each other to fight for their universes, basically. And he'll destroy the loser's universe, basically.
So what you're saying is that Doomsday movie is going to be basically heroes versus villains the entire movie.
No, it'll probably be heroes versus heroes, because, like, with that whole X-Men cast, a lot of
Hmm.
people are saying, like, it'll be Avengers versus Fantastic Four versus X-Men. Like, and they'll all be fighting for their own universes, because the
Oh, that'd be
Fantastic
nuts.
Four takes place in a different universe as well,
Hmm.
technically.
Yeah, dude, that's nuts. That's gonna be like I don't like because every movie, every Avenger movie, I should say, someone dies or something major happens in the storyline. You know what I mean? So I'm honestly kind of nervous and scared because I don't know what's gonna happen. Like I don't know who's gonna die or um.
Yeah, that's the
It's
tricky
bet.
thing too, because a lot of people are saying like this will be how they soft reboot the franchise, basically. So like they'll keep some actors and then they'll replace others by combining all the universes together. So like we might get a different actor who plays Iron Man or Captain America, So,
Yeah. It's also gonna be really hard to see Robert Downey as Doom when Iron Man just died in the last Avengers movie, and it's just gonna I'm gonna watch the movie. Like I know he's Doom. I'm okay with it. I'm not saying like it's a bad thing that he's playing that role. It fits him. It's cool. What I'm saying is I'm gonna watch the movie and wait for him to say the keywords "I am Iron Man" or like him like have a collection of his armor somewhere. You know what I mean?
yeah. And I mean,
So,
here's the other thing too is I'm pretty sure the Russo brothers confirmed themselves this is not Tony Stark. Like he is not Tony Stark. He just shares the same face as Tony Stark. But,
because
you
it's what
know,
like an alternate universe version of that character.
that's that's what we've been told, but they also came out and said Iron Man's death causes Doctor Doom to, you know, approach the whole situation on, combining universes.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but yeah, there's a lot more that can be said, honestly. Like, I was just curious what, you know, let's see, hang on. I was curious on what hero you'd want to see that wasn't named on this list, because there are a few characters that I'm pretty sure are going to show up but weren't mentioned. Like, where's Hulk? Where's Captain Marvel? Where's,
I hate Captain
um,
Marvel with a burning
yeah, I
passion.
mean, a lot of people do. So, where's, Doctor Strange? Like, all these people aren't, like, in the cast, but, like, we're pretty sure will show up at some point or another.
Yeah, like I'm excited to see Loki back again because I loved the TV series that they did with him. It was really cool how it was like the starter about like alternate timelines, and it was really cool to watch and learn all about that. Um, but I'm curious on what they're gonna do with Doctor Strange. I think he's probably gonna come in because considering he had a big play in the last Avengers movie. Um, but he like unlocked like a new ability or something in the very last movie that he did where he grew like a third eyeball. And
Yeah, and I mean, supposedly that's his new power too. And a lot of people are saying we probably won't see Doctor Strange in at least Doomsday, but we'll see him in Secret Wars, and that's because we still have yet to see like Doctor Strange 3 and all that.
all right.
So, we'll
Um,
see.
like Hulk on the other hand, I like old Hulk. I like the original Hulk where the more you hurt him, the bigger he gets, or the more angry he gets, the bigger he'll be. Like the original Hulk, not like, oh, Hulk and Bruce Banner combined into one. I don't like that concept at all. It made
Yeah,
him look
no.
like super human and like I don't like Hulk from what I remember is big green dummy with anger issues, and I like that. I don't like the whole concept of them being combined into one being. Um, I liked it when they were two separate people. But I don't think they're gonna show Hulk that much anymore because it kind of seemed like in the She-Hulk series, like Hulk was retired and he was hiding and like just living his own life. Like he didn't want to be a part of anything anymore. And it seems like she was gonna take the new role of Hulk. So I don't know. They might throw her into the movie instead of like Bruce Banner. She might be in there, or she might not. But
Well, and also
or
we've got
Scar.
yeah, that's the other thing too is we've gotten leaked what's it called? Concept art for the movie too. And in the leaked concept art, there's characters again that haven't been listed in the cast yet, but we know for sure are going to be in the movie. Like there was leaked concept art of both Vision and Star-Lord meeting. So those two characters are in the movie but weren't listed. And
Vision's
then,
dead though, right?
huh?
Vision died, right?
Yeah, but White Vision, he's alive.
Oh, okay.
And
Sorry.
then, no, you're fine. Um, in uh, what was the other? Oh yeah, the other concept art was of Hulk, Scar, and She-Hulk. So, and then a lot of people have been speculating that maybe Doctor Doom will cause Savage Hulk to come out again. And I hope that's the case because honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I was like rewatching the old Avengers scene of like Savage Hulk and like of aggressive, angry Bruce Banner, and I'm like, that's when Hulk was a good character, because it's like Jekyll and Hyde. Like, sure, you got the more reasonable, like intelligent scientist behind it, but then like when he's angry, you got the monstrous, dangerous but powerful, Hulk. So.
Yeah. Like I've always liked Hulk when he's super angry. Like also, who was Hulk's enemy? The one that was a soldier and he like took a serum to become a version of Hulk, but he
Oh,
was like really
Abomination?
pale. Yeah, I don't like what they did with the Abomination in She-Hulk. I hate it, dude. Like, 'cause when you think of the Abomination, he's like Hulk, but like on steroids, and he's super pissed nonstop, right?
Well, and also, yeah, he's basically what smart Hulk should be because with Abomination, he not only has Hulk's strength, but he has his military training still in mind. So like he's basically a soldier Hulk. I do like that they
Yeah.
gave him his comic book accurate look, but yeah, no, the way they made him like a pacifist, I was like, all right, nah, none of that.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, he likes to do yoga and stuff like that, and I'm like, that's not Abomination. Like, I get you're trying to make some characters not so scary, whatever, but leave the ones that are meant to be scary actually scary.
Yeah. I don't know. Like that, see, and with Red Hulk coming into play from like the new Captain America, I'm hoping that initiates something for Hulk because I don't know, like I wouldn't even mind a whole Hulk movie with like you know it's like with all of the Hulks, like normal Hulk, She Hulk, Red Hulk, Abomination, and Scar. And if they want to do it, they should totally do A Bomb as well, because I remember A Bomb was like one of my favorite versions of Hulk.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It,
Which version is Avon Hulk again?
he's the blue one that has like a shell like skin, like it's almost like armor.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now I have a question for you.
What's that?
Question is, what like so if you think it so if it is going to be hero versus hero, what hero do you want to see fight, and what heroes do you not want to have fight each other?
I mean, honestly, I don't really have a not want. I definitely want to see like I want to see a full out brawl between the X-Men and the Avengers. I think that'll be interesting. Admittedly, I think though the Avengers stand a way better chance than, the X-Men in my opinion.
I
Like I
I'm on the other side for it now.
well, I
I won't
think
lie.
if I will say this, if Magneto can somehow control either Stormbreaker or Mjolnir, I don't think they'll win. Like that's the only way they can win is if Magneto can control either of those weapons, but I doubt he will. I think
So what?
or sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say like if Magneto comes into play and he like is like technically like a good person or whatever. Like Magneto fights an Avenger. Like if he fights like Black Panther, Yuri or Yuri or whatever, or however you say it.
Sure.
Um, sure, yeah. Her suit's made out of metal. He can control her entire suit because it's vibranium. Vibranium's a type of metal.
Well,
And
the
then,
that's the problem though, is like we don't like I don't know if he can control vibranium, which technically came from space. Same with like Mjolnir and
true.
Stormbreaker. They're made from metals that are not on Earth. So unless like that somehow applies to his mutant abilities, but the fact that his mutant abilities originated on Earth, I'd feel like it'd only be Earth-bound metals. I could be wrong. I can look it up real quick, but you know.
Yeah, I think Magneto it would be a little too overpowered in that like scenario. But like especially like if it was like a version of Iron Man versus Magneto, Iron Man's done. I mean, he could just crush Iron Man into a can if he wanted to. Um, but I don't know. Like I think it would be cool just to see them go out together. Like in my opinion, X-Men would win because they're mostly all mute. I mean, they basically all are mutants. I mean, you got Gambit, you got Magneto. Well, I think they're probably gonna bring Logan back. Um,
Oh yeah, no. I
but
feel like they gotta bring in Wolverine and Deadpool if they're gonna bring in the rest of the X-Men.
yeah, like
Um,
Colossus would be good. I think Colossus versus Hulk would be a really cool fight to see because like Colossus is made out of metal and he could just like yeah, he can get thrown around and it's not gonna hurt him too bad because he has Juggernaut that he fights all the time. Like
Actually,
Hulk
a fight I really want to see is the Thing versus the Hulk. I want to see that because
that would be kind of cool.
their rivalry has been just, it's been passed on generation after generation and in different storylines and stuff. Like who's the strongest and like some, depictions people still think like Hulk's a bad guy, so the Thing is seen as the hero even though he's weaker than the Hulk, so he gets his ass beat or something like. It's a fun like little like thing to watch.
Dispute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
okay, I
or sorry,
if
go
I
ahead.
think about it, the I'm gonna say Hulk would win, not the Thing, because I don't know. I just feel like yeah, he's made out of rock, but like Hulk has been shot by many things, including a um a tank round, and I feel like if the Thing got shot by a tank round, he'd probably get obliterated. But
Yeah. Um So I just looked it up. Magneto's power to control vibranium is inconsistent. So sometimes he can,
mm,
sometimes he can't. So that's
he probably uses a lot of his strength and power to do it, though.
yeah. Ah, here we go. In the main Marvel universe, Magneto cannot wield Mjolnir because he is not worthy. But he can move it
Oh, he's far from it.
using his magnetic. Oh, so he can use his magnetic powers though. So okay, so he would only be able to use it as a projectile, basically. Like he could throw it, but he can't use the lightning or any of that sort of
Mm.
power. So he can't use the full power of Mjolnir, which makes sense.
Yeah, so he can basically just move it like how Thor threw a hammer and it like goes in a circle. Like he could just move it around if he wanted to. It just won't have like it won't have any like powerful strength to it, like magical strength. It'll just basically be like a chunk of metal that he's throwing around.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure Thor could probably take that kind of beating because I bet Thor throws it even more powerful than like Magneto could, honestly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I feel like like if what happened is like Magneto controls it with his mind, Thor can like raise his hand to call it, and it would come right to him, no matter what, because it's like loyal to only him.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Okay, so we've kind of discussed like, that kind of sort of scenario like, fighting heroes and villains and everything. But what is a hero that most likely won't be in it, but you want to see in this upcoming movie?
Um, so basically in Doomsday, he's what? Bringing multiple universes together, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So I would want to see Ghost Rider. We haven't seen him or heard of anything of him for a while. So I would like to see him come back, even if it's not Nicolas Cage and it's a different version of Ghost Rider. That's fine. Even if it's not like him on the Harley or on the bike, that's okay. If it's like what's his name? One that drives a Charger,
Oh, Robbie
Robbie
Reyes.
Reyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they bring him in, cool. That'd be cool with that. So any version of Ghost Rider, really, I think would be cool, even if it's like for a brief moment. Like it'll show, I forgot the name of that guy, Henry Wilson or something like that. The guy that was on the horse in the first Ghost Rider movie. Um,
Oh,
the one that was
shoot, what was his name?
where he was a graveyard. He worked in the graveyard. Yeah. Um, I don't. Okay, I can't remember, but I would like to see, even if it's like him for a brief moment, that'd be really cool, just to like get like a glimpse of him again or something in the big screen. But
Oh,
I would like to see Ghost Rider pop up again. That'd be cool.
Carter
I have a
Slade.
Carter Slade. Yeah, if Carter Slade popped up for a minute, yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be really cool. So yeah, a version of Ghost Rider, any version really would be cool.
That would be
As
cool.
long as it's not like some like ridiculously overdone, like weird looking version from another universe. It has to be like a go like I don't know. It can't be something stupid like way out of the ballpark. Ghost Rider stupid.
Yeah, no, if they just straight up and introduced like I don't know, like an unpopular version of the character, I would definitely get that. But
Yeah,
a lot of people, you know, and even myself included, kind of fan casted Keanu Reeves as Ghost Rider because I feel like he
I
would
see
do
that.
such a good job. Like, not to mention he loves motorcycles, so I feel like it just fits his character, especially like with his roles like John Wick. He's got that brutal mentality, but also that very monotone human side of him where he like doesn't show any feeling or interest, you know. So I feel like he would be a good ghostwriter. Um, Honestly, for me though, I want to see the Defenders. I really want to see the Defenders show up in either, Doomsday or Secret Wars. I know they're more street level, but I would love to see them all team up again to help the Avengers, to help Spider-Man, whoever they team up with. I
Mm.
want to see that.
Yeah, I would like to see like Iron Fist. I know a lot of people hate Iron Fist. That's why I kind of said it like with the hesitant tone. 'Cause I know a lot of people hated the show and they think it's really stupid. I personally I like it. I like the style, the version. Like I like the idea of Iron Fist. He's really cool. So I'd like to see like Iron Fist. Is it Luke Cage? He's right? That's Luke Cage.
Yeah, so Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, and
The
Daredevil.
Defenders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'd like to see them come up. That would be kind of cool.
honestly, the only show I really enjoyed was Daredevil. I didn't like a lot of their shows, but I did like the actors and actress. Like I liked their portrayals. I just didn't like the stories that a lot of them had. So I don't mind them coming back. In fact, I think they need to now because now that Charlie Cox is back as, Daredevil, I think it should be fair to say that the rest of them need to come back. And maybe instead of doing like an Iron Fist and Luke Cage show, they could do what they do in the comics, like the Heroes for Hire. So I would love to see something like that, like a show like that, so we can see more street level crime, but also see, you know, heroes that we're familiar with working together again.
Yeah. Okay, so you know how you mentioned that you personally would want Keanu Reeves to play the new Ghost Rider?
Hmm.
I personally would want Norman Reedus to play as Ghost Rider because he already has like that whole biker aspect to him.
Let's see, who does he play? Like, what is he done?
Uh, he he plays in The Walking Dead as Daryl Dixon.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people fan cast him too. Like him, Keanu Reeves, I think
Some
Carl
people were saying
Urban.
Jensen Ackles,
Yeah, Jensen
but
Ackles, I've seen that one too. But a lot of people have been saying like a lot of them should be Batman as well. Like there's just like so many like
hmm
on and off choices for these guys. I don't know. Personally, if I were to choose a motorcycle guy, it would definitely have to be Keanu Reeves. But yeah, no, I definitely get the Daryl Dixon one too. He seems like a daredevilish kind of guy, like the not daredevil, but like he Johnny Blaze was a stunt writer, so a daredevil.
yeah, yeah, that's why he dared to sign with the devil. Okay. Any other questions about the topic?
I mean, honestly, the other thing I really wanted to discuss was kind of the future of the Defenders, and I've kind of like already stated that. Like, I mean,
Okay.
I want Daredevil to team up with the Defenders again. I want to like, and a lot of people are
Yeah.
saying they are coming back, but it'll be season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. So these are just rumors. I want to clarify that. Like I don't know the sources or anything. I just know people have been talking about it. But basically
Yeah.
what season 2 will be is it's basically all the heroes considered vigilantes in the city fighting against Fisk and his anti-vigilante task force. So it's basically them versus the government, and I think that'll be an interesting
That'd be
like
cool.
yeah, like an interesting fight to play out because then all it is a matter of like what the people's opinion is on it. Like even in the Daredevil show, you see like some scenes where like, random citizens are interviewed by that one girl and a lot of them are
Yeah.
giving their opinions like some are saying, yeah, like oh yeah, we need people like Daredevil or like oh no, they just cause more trouble than, good or whatever. It's like a back and forth just like normal life, like when people like agree and disagree on topics. Um, and it's cool to see like almost like superheroes normalized that way in such a casual universe. Like, I mean,
hmm
obviously it's a universe where like aliens and monsters and such exist, but like to see the down to earth ground level stuff be, like talked about like that is so interesting. And even in the court scenes, like they mention scrolls, like a lot of people are like, uh, like the fact that humans know what scrolls are, like one's
Oh
being
yeah.
accused of like a robbery or something, and the guy was like, well, maybe it was a scroll, like it was like stuff like that, like people just using an excuse like that would actually make sense in their universe. Like obviously it'd be a
Yeah,
joke
because they're
in real life.
normalized.
Yeah, exactly. But if like if someone said that in real life, it'd be a joke. But yeah, no, like I like the idea of yeah, casual things spoken about. Like it's the same with Spider-Man. Like I want to see street level Spider-Man stuff and then also get the references of the bigger threats and everything. And then when the next Avengers film rolls around, he can be a part of it, team up, etc., and help out, like help the fight the bigger threats. So,
Yeah. Like I think it would be cool to see um Punisher. I've always really liked Punisher and Daredevil and Iron Fist. Those are my top three. Um, but like, I think it would be cool to see Daredevil. I mean, we already seen Daredevil. Sorry, Punisher. Because we've already seen him a little bit in the first episode, no, not first episode, in the first season so far. Um, and actually, I don't think I watched one for this week, so I might have been behind on one episode. But I don't know how far they're gonna go with Frank Castle being a part of it. Because I mean, like he is technically a defender in a way, right? Or is he not?
No, he's his own thing. Like he does help the Avengers in like world threats, like he'll, kill aliens and such, kind of like how Hawkeye and Black Widow did. But
Okay.
in terms of like the city and fighting alongside Daredevil and the rest, yeah, no, he completely disagrees with that because, he wants to kill the criminals, whereas Daredevil or Matt Murdock wants to either put them in prison or just let the court system figure it out because that's what he is. He's a lawyer
Hmm.
and he believes in true justice and
Plays
everyone
by the book.
exactly. Everyone kind of deserves that. And then Spider-Man's kind of the same way. Like he doesn't obviously think about, the laws that deeply and everything, but like he goes as far as like webbing up the bad guy, leaving him for the police for them to deal with, and then leave it up to the system. Like he doesn't take it into his own hands and torture people or kill them or
Yeah.
yeah, whatever have you. Like he doesn't go the extra mile because he's like, that's not my job. And even like helping people isn't his job. But when the cops need help or they can't handle something, obviously he steps in because that's his power, that's his responsibility. And one could argue like his responsibility could be judge, jury, and executioner, but he chooses because of his moral path and moral upbringing from Uncle Ben and Aunt May. They've always been taught that life is precious. Same with like Matt Murdock. Like he even says, like being a Catholic person, like he believes in every human being. Like life is so precious that like to take it away is like not letting that person get a second chance, even if they
Hmm.
may not deserve it. So, but again, he leaves that up to the justice system than himself.
Yeah, because like I remember, I might have missed another episode. I didn't watch one this week, so I probably did. But in the one where Frank Castle and Daredevil were like Daredevil went to Frank to like talk to him, and Frank, you could obviously tell the total like moral differences between the two. Because Frank was like, "Oh, you always leave it to the fucking system. You always leave it to the system," and you can just tell Matt is just like, "I'm done." Like he feels so weak and lost, and he tried to convince him to say Foggy's name because he knows the only reason why he's not doing what he used to do is because he won't get over Foggy. So I think it's gonna be cool because in Daredevil he's gonna like show like truly show his dark fighting side, and I think that's gonna be really cool because like I think Frank's gonna help him like move on and shit, which is gonna be really cool. So
Yeah. I mean, from what I was told by one of my friends who, the one that reads comics, he said in one of the latest runs, well, first off, Matt Murdock's dead right now, but before that,
what?
Daredevil started killing people. And that's when Spider-Man actually stepped in and he said, "You're done. Like you're done being a vigilante. You're done being Daredevil." And Daredevil's like, "No, I'm not. I'm doing what I should have done a long time ago." And then Daredevil tries to stop Spider-Man. Spider-Man like beats him. Like he doesn't even give him a chance. Like, and I thought,
Really?
yeah, no, and I think that's cool because like I wondered about that. I'm like, okay, what is stronger, Spider-Man's Spidey sense or Daredevil's like ultra senses? And turns out it's Spider-Man's Spidey sense all the way. Like, yes, Daredevil can be warned about danger with his ultimate senses, but not as powerful as like an instinctual ability that literally tells you, hey, there's something coming. Like not just like hearing it or seeing it, but actually feeling like something's wrong. Almost like a Jedi, which is just so cool to think about. And I think that's what again like makes Spider-Man so cool is this unique power set. So
I also just think that Spider-Man Spider-Man is stronger than Daredevil, like his like physical strength. So I feel like also to think about it, Spider-Man, I think is like he fights a lot more bigger guys than Frank or than Matt Murdock does, because Matt Murdock fights like normal humans that have like military training or Wilson Fisk or something like that. But like Spider-Man fights people that have like, like the Rhino, or he'll fight Scorpion and stuff like that. Like he fights like really Electro, like he fights like really like powered up people versus Matt Murdock fighting like just normal people.
yeah, and I mean,
So,
I will say though, Spider-Man does hold back in a lot of instances. Like he could like so
oh yeah.
in the Superior Spider-Man run where Doc Ock takes over Spider-Man's body, when he goes
Mhm.
up against Scorpion, he literally punches Scorpion's jaw off. And that's when he realized like
What?
yeah, no. And he's like, "Oh, Peter Parker's been holding back this whole time. Like the whole time he's had this power. He's found out that like holy crap, he could have killed any of us at any time and he chose not to." So that's kind
Yeah,
of like where he declares himself the superior Spider-Man. He's like, "Okay, I'm going to do what Peter was doing and, prove that I am the superior Spider-Man." Like he's going to prove like I can be a hero too. But, you know,
yeah. Yeah, Spider-Man's just he's like everyone always underestimates him, but like he is super strong. Bucky's arm is super strong. I mean, like he stopped Captain America's shield like no problem, which not a lot of people could ever have done that. And like his arm is super fucking strong. Like and Spider-Man, when he got thrown that punch from Bucky, he just holds up his hand and then like twists and looks at it like it's nothing. It's like, you got a metal arm?
oh yeah, no, the
Like,
fact that he's able to catch it and then have casual conversation with like
while still
Bucky.
moving and looking at it, yeah.
Yeah, like
And you
he
can see Bucky like struggling.
yeah, no, like even Bucky's like almost scared about how powerful Spider-Man is. And I like that. I do like that a lot cuz it does show his strength and what he has to offer, but it also does show that he can be taken down by, criminals with technology like Vulture. He didn't have powers. It was just technology
Yeah.
and his smarts. And Spider-Man's the same way. Like he has technology, he has smarts, and he has powers, but he holds back because he knows like even one small slip up and boom, like the villain's dead. So and that's again why I like Spider-Man is because he knows when to hold back. But that also goes to show like how powerful Kingpin is. Because if we're going off of like the Spider-Man game from 2018, the PlayStation
Hmm.
exclusive one, like
Yeah.
Kingpin literally like throws Spider-Man through a wall and he
Oh
throws
yeah.
him into the ground. That shows how strong Kingpin is cuz Kingpin he doesn't have any powers, he doesn't have superhero soldier serum. He's just so big and so strong as well as trained in like multiple martial arts that he's able to face off against Spider-Man. Like that's the
Oh
crazy
yeah.
thing about Kingpin. And I mean, like, Daredevil can hold his own against Kingpin, too. I'm curious whether or not, like, Peter Parker's Spider Man, like Tom Holland's Spider Man, would be able to, like, just take out the current Wilson Fisk in one punch, or if Kingpin is a lot stronger than, like he's letting on to when fighting like Daredevil. Like, does he hold back when fighting Daredevil? Like, because, I mean, he's literally crushed a guy's head with a car door. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot of
Yeah.
force, to say the least.
Like if you're right, yeah, you're right. Like if you think about it, Kingpin like threw Spider-Man through a really thick concrete wall, and then he broke all the like bridges in the building, and then still through the ground. Like that's a lot of human strength, and like he doesn't show that in Daredevil, and so like I feel like Kingpin could easily probably like overpower, or yeah, Kingpin can overpower Daredevil if he really wanted to. I feel like he wanted to get caught and thrown into prison in the first one, just so he can come out and be mayor. And I mean, you gotta think he also lost a lot of weight, but he seemed like he got a little bit like kind of taller in a way, so he probably lost more weight and gained more like muscle weight. So I think we're gonna see a lot more of like full-blown Kingpin in this new like Born Again series,
Well, and I
which is
hope
gonna be really
so,
cool.
because, like, yeah, it's definitely a continuity thing, because, like, I mean, in the comics, Spider Man could 1v1 Thanos. In the MCU, like, movies, he was thrown around by Thanos. So, like, it's definitely a continuity thing. Like, it depends on what
Hmm.
version of who we're talking about. Like, Thanos was basically a demigod. And, I mean, he took on Thor and Loki. But then you got characters like
Hmm.
Spider Man, like who can take on Thanos by himself, and probably Thor could probably take him. Or I don't know. I don't know how powerful Thor is compared to Spider-Man in the comics. Like, who's stronger? Like, is Spider-Man stronger than Thor? I'd think it'd be the other way around, where Thor's stronger than Spider-Man, being like, 1,500 years old and fighting a teenager that got bit by a radioactive spider to give him super strength and everything. Like, there are definitely people that are stronger than Spider-Man, but the question or not whether is, like, if he holds back, is he ultimately the strongest, or is there, like, I mean, even Venom, like, Venom is potentially stronger than Spider-Man. Like, I think Spider-Man is stronger with the symbiote than Eddie Brock is stronger with the symbiote, because the symbiote only enhances the being it's attached to. But then that goes to show, like, him with the symbiote, is he like stronger than Doom, or, like, stronger again than Thanos or Galactus or whatever? Like, there's so many variables, and it really depends on, like, what continuity we're talking about, cuz, like,
Yeah.
Tom Holland's decently strong, like, but if they went along with, like Kingpin, and he's like ultimately, then, maybe they could have a storyline lined up with Kingpin and Spider-Man. I hope so, but a lot of people are saying maybe they'll do Tombstone instead, which I'd also be fine with, because Tombstone is literally Kingpin, but with impenetrable skin. He's like Kingpin and Luke Cage mixed together, basically. And he's
Yeah.
like as strong, if not stronger, than Spider-Man. So,
So, do you think we're gonna see Venom for a while, or do you think he's like just done for a little bit?
I think he'll show up in Spider-Man 4, and that's when Tom Holland will get his symbiote suit, because that's what happens in Secret Wars in the comics. That's when he gets the black suit. So I think what Spider-Man 4 will do is introduce us to the black suit Spider-Man, and then he'll carry it over into Secret Wars and help the Avengers fight Doom in the black suit, and then he'll be like
Okay,
powerful enough to face off Doom.
so here's another question. I keep shooting you Spider-Man and Venom questions, but um, so if when Tom Holland gets the symbiote suit from like Venom, like his black suit, right?
Uh huh.
Um, Do you think that like he'll still have like Venom will still be Venom when he's attached to Spider-Man, or will it just be a plain suit and no like you know how like in Tobey Maguire movie how when he got the suit it just made him more cocky and arrogant, but it
Y-
was just a suit
Yeah.
in a way. So do you think it's gonna be like that, or do you think it's gonna be like how Venom was with Eddie, but on
So
Spider-Man?
I don't. So it's kind of like that in the comics where Venom doesn't talk to Peter at first. Like he doesn't influence Peter Parker as much. But then he
Okay.
slowly becomes voices in his head. Like he starts becoming suggestions to Peter where he's like, they don't care about you. They don't love you. You should kill him or you should, put him in the hospital. Like it's just these small subtle suggestions, and then later on, like when Spider-Man like re-wears the suit from time to time, the symbiote will talk to him like an old friend. Like in fact, I think one of the most recent runs, like the symbiote was literally like, "So, do I still fit, Peter?" And like he looks at himself in the mirror as the symbiote says that, and he's wearing the black suit. So like I feel like at the start Tom Holland won't hear voices or anything. He'll just feel strength. And then slowly Venom will feed off of his negative, feelings. Like I mean, he literally just lost his Aunt May. Both his
Hmm.
best friends slash girlfriend have forgotten who he is. In fact, the whole world doesn't know Peter Parker exists. It's just
Yeah.
Spider
None
Man.
none of the Avengers do. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Iron Man won't. Yeah.
they only know Spider-Man, but Peter Parker is non-existent. So he's going to go through a traumatic experience of like delving into the fact like Peter Parker doesn't matter anymore and it's, just Spider-Man. Like my life is only Spider-Man. And I mean, a lot of people were saying like, in Spider-Man 2 how Peter Parker was the opposite, where he's like, I want to be just Peter Parker, just Peter Parker. People are saying Spider Man 4 will be the reverse of that movie, and it'll be like, I just want to be Spider Man. I just want to be Spider Man. Like, he'll hide and bury the Peter Parker side of him, but just keep being
Hmm.
Spider Man. So,
But yeah, like I think like because what he got his own apartment, right?
yeah.
And he didn't tell any of his friends like who he was or anything because they didn't recognize him and everything like that. So he has no one but himself as of right now. So I feel like he has his own place. No one knows who he is. I feel like he's. I know this might be controversial or not. I don't know, but I feel like he's gonna be very dark.
Yeah,
Like
no,
I feel like he's
that's.
like this whole movie's gonna be like the darker side of him because he's like you said he just lost Aunt May, who's like a version of Uncle Ben. Like it's his like his idol, like his go-to person. He just lost that person, and then he lost all of his friends. No one knows him anymore, so he's like thinking he's a nobody. You know.
Yeah, and I mean that is the rumor is like Spider-Man 4 will be a darker film, which I kind of hope for. Like I don't get me wrong, the reason why I love Spider-Man is his cheery, optimistic attitude. Like I think that's something to look up to. But to see the human side of Peter where he's really feeling down, he's feeling sad, he like he has this anger that he can't let out necessarily on the people he fights, but, you know, he has to deal with that inner struggle. And then the symbiote will come along and almost make him cross the line. And that's when he realizes the suit's the problem, and then he'll struggle to get it off, and et cetera, et cetera. Like, I want to see, and they've even stated, like, he'll be in this black suit for multiple films. Like, it won't just be Spider Man 4, it won't just be Secret Wars. It'll probably be up until Spider Man 5. And then when Spider Man 5 hits, that's when he takes it off or something, and then that's when his version of Venom, or maybe even Tom Hardy will come back and take Venom, and
Hmm.
that will lead into that. So, I'll be right back. I gotta go do something. So if you just want to keep talking to the audience, I'll be right back.
Okay. We got about I think 6 minutes left. Um, no, but the characters I would love to see would be. I'll just say this. I personally think X-Men will win. Now that he's not here. Listen to me here, guys. I think X-Men will win. I grew up loving Marvel and X-Men, but mostly X-Men. So, I'm a little biased here, but I just think that genuinely the X-Men will win. I mean, Wolverine has regenerate, like he can regenerate. I don't know how to say the actual word, but I think X-Men might win.
Oh, are you talking about like X-Men versus Avengers?
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm still leaning towards the Avengers because they have Hulk and Thor. Like that's the main reason why I think they'd win.
Like I think the reason why X-Men will win is because they've been in hiding for so long. I mean, they've gone on so many missions. I feel like X-Men go on more secret missions than Avengers do, and all X-Men have like mutant abilities, and they're all different. Like you got Gambit, you got Cyclops, you got Colossus, you got who can literally go into your mind and trap you and freeze you, and then someone else can take you out. Like you got Jane, you got Logan, and they might even bring in Sabretooth, who is also really, really, really strong. So, and Magneto,
I
Quicksilver.
mean, if it's the same Sabretooth from Deadpool and Wolverine, he's dead. So I don't know
Yeah,
if they'll bring
no,
in
I feel like it's
Sabretooth.
probably gonna be like might be an alternate universe though.
Yeah, and that's the question too, isn't it? Cuz like I mean, both Wolverines that we've seen, their X-Men are dead. So the question
Yes.
is, which X-Men are these? Like, it's going to be like a third-party universe because the Wolverine from Logan, he died, and before that, the Professor had killed all the X-Men. Like, Professor X
Hmm.
killed all the X-Men on accident because of the seizures he had. But
Yeah.
then you got characters like, and then the yellow and blue suit X-Men, um, but I don't know. A lot of people are saying we'll get like comic accurate X-Men, which would be pretty cool. And then it, like you said, it's just going to be an alternate universe where like played by the same actors and actresses, but 100% from a different universe and a different timeline. Because it can't be either of the Wolverines X-Men because they're both their X-Men's are dead. So
Yeah. I also don't know how long Hugh Jackman can go playing Wolverine now. Like I'm not saying that because he's getting old. I mean, he is he is getting old, but like his character, like his person himself, like you can see him getting like really really old, and I don't know how long he can play the crazy Wolverine lifestyle anymore. But because even in Deadpool, yeah, he was like you can see like obviously you can see a huge difference from the first X-Men where you saw Logan being all like he moved around quicker because he's younger, and in the new one he's older, so he moves a little slower. You can obviously see the clear difference, but like I just don't know how long he can keep playing as Logan. They might have to replace Logan with with X or whatever her name is.
yeah,
The other.
X twenty
So
three.
yeah, they might have to replace him with her, which I'll be okay with it as long as it's like like her a little bit older and more like understanding, and she has more of like actual combat instead of just like afraid of everybody and killing anybody that gets too close or hurting them or whatever.
Yeah,
Like she has to have like actual training in that shit. Like she's just not like your average teenager that's just scared of everyone and uses it to her advantage or whatever, someone that's actually trained with that shit.
wait. So you have seen Deadpool and Wolverine by now, right?
Oh yeah, correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, like I think if anything, maybe like if Hugh Jackman stays on, I think he'll be the MCU's Wolverine. I think all the
Okay.
old X-Men actors and actresses that came back, they'll be the MCU's X-Men. Like they'll all
Yeah.
be them, and then like Wolverine and X-23, they'll be like daughter and father, and then maybe X-23 will join the Young Avengers instead of being like the next generation of X-Men. That would be an interesting thing.
I agree. I also think this is going back to like topic wise. Like I think Blade is going to make an appearance in the new Doomsday in the Doom movie
Mhm.
because like he was in Deadpool and like I think like most like from what I've heard about theories, it's not a concrete proof or anything, but from what I heard is that they're gonna bring Blade back. They're gonna make a new movie with the same actor and everything. And I think he's gonna make an appearance in the Doomsday movie because I don't know. Like yeah, it was cool to see him in the movie for a little bit, but like I think they might bring him back because a lot of fans want him to.
Yeah, and I mean, I definitely get that, but that was kind of the joke in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, though, where he says, like, there's only one blade or whatever, and then Deadpool looks at the camera, like, sarcastically, because, Disney's already working on a new Blade movie with a different actor. So
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be the MCU Blade, but I do think he'll make an appearance because there's even rumors of like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire coming back, and they'll, you know, fight alongside all the heroes. Like it'll be a multiverse of multiverses, basically. Like it'll be a universe where all those other universes will have some of the same characters but played by different actors and actresses, and then they're all fighting together against Doom. Because, like, I mean, at the end of the day, Doom is the main bad guy. He's the one pinning people up against each other. And yes, he has the power to destroy and recreate universes and everything. But if the heroes stand up for what's right and be like, okay, well, he doesn't deserve to be the judge of that. Like, we deserve to each have our own universes. And I
Yeah.
actually think in Doomsday or even Secret Wars, the good guys are going to lose. Like,
Hmm.
not entirely, but I think at the end of the day, the main MCU, will be more like the 616 universe. It'll be all comic book accurate. Like, maybe we'll even get, like, comic book accurate, backstories. Like, maybe it won't be Aunt May that'll be Tom Holland's Uncle Ben anymore. Maybe it'll be Uncle Ben. Or, like Iron Man wouldn't have died in Endgame. Captain America wouldn't have traveled back in time. He'd still be in the present. Like maybe that's what will happen in the end. Is so that way not only can we keep getting Marvel stuff, but we can also start over in a way, but at the same time keep all the same actors and actresses. And before people say like, "Oh, well then that makes all the past stories irrelevant." And I'm like, "No, it doesn't have to be that way. It could actually be the opposite. It could be like they remember those lives, but like they're now
Yeah.
living their new lives, or rather their original lives. Cuz maybe that's
Hmm.
Doom's mission. Maybe it's not to exactly destroy other universes, but encourage the universe to be the way it's supposed to be, comic book accurate, which I'd be totally fine
Yeah.
with. So, whoop.
I think that analogy and like that theory is actually really accurate. I think that's probably what's going to happen. I agree with you on that a lot.
Yeah, and honestly, I know a lot of people probably complain about that, but I would not mind a soft reboot, especially if it is all comic book accurate. Like, I would love nothing more than Tom Holland to rock a Steve Ditko Spider-Man costume. That would be the coolest shit to
Hmm.
me. Or a new Iron Man. Maybe it doesn't even have to be a new Iron Man. Maybe Robert Downey Jr. is like, okay, I'll be the Iron Man for the rest of my career. Or Chris Evans, the same way. Like, maybe I'll be Captain America the rest of my career, you know? Like, it doesn't have to be, a full on reboot. It just has a way of resetting the universe to where we can keep enjoying stories of characters we thought lost, but just really needed to come back in a different way. And then to finally combine all the universes together, we'll have the whole Marvel universe like reunited finally. It'll have the X-Men, it'll have the Fantastic Four, it'll have Spider-Man, it'll have the Avengers. All of them will be together in one universe that we can enjoy, and that just, you know, that makes millions of possibilities for us to enjoy millions of different stories that the writers can now think up of. It's like, okay, let's put, these two heroes in a situation, and it could even be a small situation because that happens in the comics all the time. There's plenty of filler stories. Like, it doesn't have to be a
Oh
build
yeah.
up to some big story like Infinity War. Granted, it'd be cooler that way, but the fact that they've done Thanos and now right after the next biggest bad in the Marvel Universe, Doom, there's not a whole lot more they could do in terms of build up. They could probably revisit old villains or whatever, but I don't think there's ultimately a reverse to that. So it's just going to
I
be a
also
continuation.
also think it's gonna be. I think it would be a good idea for the heroes to lose,
Yeah.
like, because they win every single battle they go against. Like every Avenger, every Avenger movie so far, they win every battle. Yeah, sure they lose some like between End War and Infinity, like Endgame and Infinity War. Like yeah, they lost and then they won again, but like they always win. Like it's just I feel like it's time for a loss that's gonna change the universe into the way it needs to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just because like at the in Deadpool, it seemed like Deadpool was kind of like in charge of like fixing timeline stuff, and who knows? We all know how Deadpool can be. Like he might have just completely messed everything up by doing one thing, you know. But I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Like
I
I feel like Deadpool's gonna play a huge part in the Doomsday thing. I feel like Deadpool's gonna like be part of the reason how and why like Doom did what Doom did or something. Like I feel like because I just feel like Deadpool's gonna play a huge part somewhere in this.
well,
I
and
just don't know where.
I mean, if you remember in Deadpool and Wolverine, where he literally sees like him being held by Thor and Thor's crying, he's like, "Wait, why is Thor crying?" Like that got me every single time he brought it up because it was so funny. Because like I'm now excited to see Deadpool interact with Thor. Like I want to see that happen because it seems like kind of like what you said, he'll have potentially one of the bigger roles. So,
Yeah.
well, it looks like we are finally out of time, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I sure have. I hope you enjoyed it, Travis. This was a lot of fun to talk about and discuss. I am excited for Marvel more than I have ever been in a long time. I am really looking forward to the future and what they have to bring. And
Oh yeah.
honestly, like even their like previous like the past couple of projects they've worked on, like the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show and the Daredevil Born Again series, loved both of those. I mean, I love the Spider-Man show and Daredevil still has yet to be finished, but I currently love what they've already shown us. Like I am so excited to see like more projects like that. I'm excited to see the new Punisher show. Like I'm just ready. Like I'm pumped. I'm ready to see this stuff. I want to see more of Moon Knight and all those other characters too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
yeah,
Moon Knight's done.
yeah, I don't know if we'll get a season 2, unfortunately, but hopefully he'll make an appearance in either, the Avengers or maybe even, in the Daredevil show. But we'll see. But thank you everybody so much for watching. If you guys haven't already, please go check out Griffin Shock on both Twitch and YouTube. He does a lot of great stuff over there, more unique stuff than I do here. So if you guys are looking for some new content or different content altogether, go check out his channel. He does some awesome stuff. If you guys want to check out more stuff from me, I got more stuff on YouTube, and I will continue to do more stuff on YouTube and Twitch. I'll be here. We might even do a stream later tonight if you guys are willing to watch and we're both down to play.
I'm down to play.
Same here, buddy. And yeah. Oh, yeah, go check out our Sense of Humor podcast channel. Go check out the previous episodes. We have 28 previous episodes. We're on episode 30 right now. I know that doesn't make sense, but we deleted a previous episode, so still have 28 whole episodes, though. And we've done 30 in total, so we got a lot of experience now talking for an hour about topics we like. So, but other than that, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.